India as a key player in the international order. Hi, my name is Gesine Weber and I'm a fellow of the inaugural cohort of the NXT Fellowship. What I'm extremely interested in India is India's grand strategy, which has historically relied on the idea of strategic autonomy and multi-alignment as a tool. And I think particularly in recent years, we have seen that this strategy has made India really a sought-after partner amongst other partners. A few days ago has shown the enthusiasm of different partners about India as a key player in the international order. However, what I find interesting, and the thing that has come out through my conversations here in India in recent years, in recent days, is that multi-alignment itself might not be enough as a strategy. So even though other states have been struggling more than India under strategic competition, and even though India has managed the current international situation surprisingly well, especially when it comes, for example, to Russia's war against Ukraine, where it juggles close ties with Russia and ever closer ties with the EU, it has not really managed to respond to perhaps the biggest geopolitical shock of the recent year, which was the re-election of Donald Trump. And in the Indian context, this has particularly played out in higher tariffs, against which India has not really managed to shield itself. I think the lesson here is that multi-alignment is still a promising strategy and continues to be a promising strategy in times of strategic competition, but it is not enough if the hegemon and perhaps even your most important partner turns predatory. And here is the key lesson that other states, and especially other middle powers, like for example European states, Europe where I'm from, can learn from India, which is multi-alignment itself is not enough. States need to redefine their grand strategy based on establishing a clear ends, means and waste chain and turning the assets that they have, such as massive economic assets or an advantageous geopolitical condition, into direct leverage. They have to think how these assets can be used more strategically, not only to forge partnerships, but also to protect themselves and basically induce behavioral change or avoid certain actions by a hegemon. And if middle powers manage to do so in a smart way, that can also help better create middle power partnerships.